lecture elimination. This is banqueting and mice management worker. So in this mice and banqueting management, we are going to focus on part 1, and we shall have another schedules and another parts that will come and explain what mice is and what banqueting is, in order to experience some skills in mice. So let's begin with mice in a part of meeting. When we say mice, it's a combination of many words, like a meeting, incentive, convention, and exhibition. So when we say a mice in a type of meeting, or in a word a meeting, the meeting, it means those people who come together, an action of collecting people together so they have one objectives. So let's look on different reasons of mice before we go in a deep, so as to understand what a mice is. So in this lesson, we are going to look on a meeting. So as I've told you, next you shall back in an incentive. So the reason of mice is, one is a stimulation, networking, continuing their educations, and a product updates, and spread a new idea, even a strategic planning. So let's we start on a word stimulating. So a stimulating, it's from the stimulation. It's come from the word stimulation. The stimulation, it means to get a new idea. So when a meeting is ahead, or when a mice is ahead, so you get a new idea from others. So when a meeting it comes together, there are some people who from a different areas with a different skills. It means that the people get a new idea from others' ideas. So the next one is a networking. So the mice, it has the function of networking. As I'm telling you, it's a combination. The meeting, it's a combination. Even a mice, it's a combination. So how the mice it networks. Huh? The meeting with others, colleagues, colleagues, customers, and buyers. So in networking, we get many elements that are coming in a mice. So where and when they be networked. For instance, we may call the meeting or the mice of the people, for instance, who make a cyclist or who are cyclists. So where it will networks. So it will networks from the different areas, because one will come from a particular area, another come from another areas. Those network, it gives an abilities, or it gives a willing or an abilities of making a relationship. For instance, you may meet with the colleagues or customers, even buyers. The next, it continuing their education. So in a continuing their educations, you may get learning a new idea, or a new things, or a new skills that you don't have in another time. So another, it further their educations. The next, it's a product update. Through the mice, we get a product update, because you get other have an innovations. When you compare with your products, you get a new ideas by, and that helps you to update your product. And another one, it spread the new informations, transmitting a new concept and ideas. Through the mice, we get a transmission of the new concept or ideas. The next is strategic planning. Through the mice, there is a collective brainstorming for the future. You get how to plan for your business or how to plan yourself, so as to come up. So the next, let's look on meeting management, how to manage a meeting and why the meeting should exist. In a meeting, as I've told you, the meeting, it consists of people coming together for the purpose of resolving a problem or making a decision. Already, you can't call a meeting where you don't have a purpose. A meeting, it means to collect the people together with a purpose. The next, when we say a meeting, there is some different forms of the meetings. There is what you call an informal and the formal. So let's come in a formal meeting and informal meeting so as to get some skills in a meeting. So when we say an informal meetings, are those that happens by the chance or those organized in a crucial manner. Those meetings that happens in a casual manner, such as by words of the mouth. That meetings, it doesn't has some rules and regulations as the content it tells us. So the informal meetings, it uses some words on the mouth, by the mouths, or by the members meet in an office accidentally or informally. This meeting, it doesn't plan it because it happens in an informal way or where it is not organized. So the next one, in an informal meeting, there is another subtitles or subtypes, like an improper meeting. These improper meetings are also called an emergency. The emergency meeting are called at the very short notice. These are meetings and are called at very short notice, though they happens in passing or on spur of the moment. That's why it is called impromptu. So there are some points you have to note when you are in meetings, which is impromptu. So those points we have to consider or we may look on. One is, so use them to best effective in order to resolve minor problem simply by calling together by maximum of 3 or 4 peoples. This meeting, it attends or it combines 3 or 4 peoples. You don't come over in 4 or 3 peoples. The next one, alternatively use them to make urgent announcement. It is called an impromptu because it is an urgent. It calls by announcing something which is an urgent. So the next one, it is called small informal meeting. What are small informal meetings? And this small informal meetings, it's a meeting that happens and it combines 2 or 3 peoples. It doesn't come over the 2 or 3 peoples. What you have to keep in your mind when you are going to call a small informal meetings, keep the purpose of the meeting and the time limits in the mind. This it has, it happens in a short time. It takes a long time. So the next one, control the meeting properly. Control it properly in a good way. So the next one, it is called brainstorming. So brainstorming is another type of the informal meetings where these brainstorming sessions are also a form of an informal meeting, as I'm telling you, and small brainstorming sessions are good for the sharing idea freely. This involves in or it combines the peoples by sharing ideas freely. You have to think when you are in a brainstorming meeting, so if you are in control of brainstorming meeting, ask someone to note ideas down as they are stormed out. If you think something, write it down so as that will help you in another time. So there are some people who think that to write something down, it's for those people who are like our bosses. So know that to write things down or to have a note, so it helps you it reminds you in every day. Because you should know or once where you have not something or where and what can helps you when you get in a difficult time. There are some things that can helps you where you did wrote in some books. So the next one, ask everyone to contribute in terms. Okay, the next one is a meeting of mind. A meeting of mind is another type of informal meeting where a meeting of the minds is a meeting of peoples with similar ideas come together by chance with result to some things. This meeting is that meeting where the peoples come with similar ideas. That is what we call a meeting of the mind. So the next one is a formal meetings. The formal meetings is one of the type of meeting where are those most recognized the kind of meeting in both profit and non-profit organization and illustration. Most important of formal meeting is that they are convened by law, other are voluntary, and they are called to make a particular decision or to discuss an issue. That is what we call a formal meetings. So in these formal meetings are those meetings that has already scheduled and it should has an agenda. Agenda are those books which shows the list of activities that will be dealt or what will be discussed during the meeting. So let's come and you understand what a formal meetings is. So the formal meetings, it has another types of meetings, or it has also subtitle. Even though it is type of meeting, it has also on it some types. So let's look on a staff meeting. Staff meeting is a one of formal meeting. In a formal meeting, there is a staff meeting, the board meeting, the standing committee meeting, and there another one which is called one-off committee meeting, conference meeting, external meeting, and public meeting, even an annual general meeting and external ordinary general meetings. So let's we come on a staff meeting. So this staff meeting is the one of the meeting that involves all the staff or a particular cadre of the staff. This is a meeting that that combined or that consists of the staffs of any organization. So the board of meeting or the board meeting, it's another type of the form meeting where are intended by a board of the company, usually comprises of its directors. This is another type of meeting where it is boarded or it is consists of the board of an organization. So the next one is called standing committee. The standing committee is a subgroup of an organization board. It may be given responsibilities for recurring tasks, such as annual review or a chief executive's salary and or a performance. That is what we call the standing committee. Or one of the committee. Let's look on a type of meeting in a formal meeting which is called one of the committee. One of committee is a situation where an organization board may establish a one of committee to talk or to look at an issue that needs particular in a deep attention, such as subgroup may meet more regularly than the full board. The next one is called a conference meeting. In a conference meeting, that it is coming in a big, rather than those one we look above. So in a conference meeting is a meeting at which several presentations are given on the general theme. Some conferences are open to the public, while others are restricted to a group of the common interests, such as members of the area of specialization of the company, or a schools, or even a club or a party. That is what you call a conference meeting. The next one is called external meeting. So in external meeting, it comprises by peoples from one organization and another group. From the outside of the organization, an example, the visiting trade union organization. So this external meeting is comprises by those people from inside of the organization and the outside of an organization. For instance, the manager may call his shareholders, or even another people or another owners of another company, so as to have another one meeting, so as to help the manager to increase his skills and even on networking to help the company he is running to another companies in linking. That is what you call an external meetings that helps to manage or to link the different companies. The next one is called a public meeting. This is a meeting that happens or that attended by the public. It is open to the public. Or is one of the that is open to everyone. It is open to everyone and to anyone. This type of the forum may be used by a local government or private actions group wishing to consult the public on various issues. That is what we call a public meeting. So the next one, so let's look on different meeting or the aims of the meeting. So why the meeting exists or why the meeting happens. So you can't plan for a meeting without a purpose. Huh? Without a purpose. You have to plan a meeting with a purpose. So welcome again. Let's meet on the next video.